Several people I talked with say they heard at least 50 gunshots.
Not once, not twice, but several different times this has happened. So that's one incident. And the latest break-in happened right here. All that water went down significantly throughout the day. However, the damage was already done. There were several drivers stranded and stuck with nowhere to go. The people you see here, they say this bill makes life harder for Florida's roughly 775,000 undocumented immigrants. They've tried to close it up a little bit, but the pastor says the thieves cut a giant hole through the back fence, and when they got onto the property, he says they walked over and stole the church's golf cart. There are still a few dozen Trump supporters outside Versailles all night screaming chants like Trump is alive, Viva Trump, and USA.
Check out where these bullets hit the building. There's one here, there's one right up there. That store owner, he was standing just on the other side of this wall.
The jet actually went down near mile marker 107, so we're not too far from where that happened, but this is the closest we can get right now. Business owners believe the reason why it's so bad out here, there's so much water, is because of the expansion project FDOT is working on. And many people you see here were at Bayfront Park just 2 weeks ago with the same message. They say it's important to show up, which they plan on doing for as long as they need to. At one point during the fourth quarter, you heard those "Let's Go" Heat chants. Yes, right here in Denver. They say someone was shooting and they didn't know what or who the bullets were going to hit or where they were going to land.
It hasn't been fun.
It's Mother Nature at its worst. Parts of Fort Lauderdale are still underwater, from the airport to surrounding neighborhoods, prompting Governor Ron DeSantis to issue an executive order Thursday declaring a state of emergency in Broward County. It was a historic weather event Wednesday. The National Weather Service confirmed 2 EF0 tornadoes near Dania Beach.
From the way you could see the lining right there.
Claudia Sanchez says the water moved in fast. This is video from inside her home Wednesday night.
This is how it sadly goes. Within a blink of an eye.
It's just stressful. It's stressful. You're overwhelmed. You're trying to keep your house clean. You're trying to keep the water out.
Sanchez says cars and trucks speeding by her home on Southwest 9th Avenue only pushed more water inside Thursday. She put this sheet up with the words, "Slow down."
If you are driving down 9th Ave, please slow down. You're putting water in our homes. It's not fair. I wouldn't want that in your house.
We talked with several families who say they haven't left their home since early Wednesday, and you can see why. The water almost up to my knees. There's water inside Reese Moses' house. He packed up his things, called an Uber, and left. Thankful because he knows that this could have turned out worse.
No, I'm all good. I mean, I'm happy. Yeah, good to be alive. Other people in worse positions than me.
It affected my life so much negative.
She says she doesn't remember the night she almost lost her life.
God put his hand on me.
October 3rd, 2023. Patricia Lozano was heading home from work when she was hit by another driver on Northwest 54th Street and 3rd Avenue. Miami police say they were trying to pull over a stolen SUV, but the driver, Ivan Gonzalez, sped off. Police say Gonzalez crashed into Lozano's SUV and another car.
I feel sad. I feel worried.
Lozano was in the ICU 16 days and spent more than a month in the hospital. She had many broken bones and fractures from her spine to her ribs and nose. She now uses a walker or cane to get around. Her life completely changed.
Only I remember when I wake up in the hospital.
When Lozano was hit, her SUV flipped upside down and slammed into this gym. You see, the front of the business is still boarded up. Lozano was trapped inside. Gonzalez is now on house arrest, which is concerning for Lozano.
I feel a little afraid right now because he, in this moment, is outside.
Right now, she's focused on healing and getting back to normal, and she's taking it day by day.
I'm grateful to be alive. Yeah, absolutely.
The word she used is finally. This HOA president says she told police his mother, daughter, and boyfriend started stealing money in 2020. And you talk about work not finished. I'll give you an example. So this building behind me is painted, but the one over here and dozens more are not. So this HOA president says she and others in this community, they started their own investigation.
It just became apparent that something was seriously wrong.
Their suspicions only grew.
We're in shock. Most people are in shock.
Yasneli Pedroso and her boyfriend Yoel Tapanes Fernandez are in jail, accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from the Westwind Lakes Garden Homes Condo Association in Southwest Miami-Dade. Eliana Ordaz Jeffries is the current HOA president.
It is an unconscionable thing to do to your neighbors and your community.
An arrest form says Pedroso was previously fired from the board of directors for destroying records. But when her mom, Doris, was elected president of the board, she rehired her daughter.
You know, here's an example.
Jeffrey says in 2020, the board took out a $2 million loan to paint homes and fix roofs. And 2 years later, took out another loan for $400,000.
Now we're really asking questions because it's 2024. And the work is still not finished.
The arrest form says Fernandez, Pedroso's boyfriend, got more than $42,000 in checks from the association's bank account for work he didn't do, and that Pedroso's mother signed the checks. Police arrested the couple Thursday.
What goes through our minds, it's been exhausting. Not being believed, other owners that don't believe what you're saying. You're trying to get people to see that there's something seriously wrong. If we've spent that much money, this community should look a lot better than it does.
Jeffrey says they're now left with no money and millions of dollars of debt, but they will try to move forward.
We want justice for our community. Obviously, we want restitution. We want retribution.